Okay, today is April 26th. It's 12:38, right afternoon. And let me just show you where I am. This is a place I didn't even know existed until I kind of looked it up on the map here a second ago. But I am at the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site. And that's not why I'm here. I came this direction on the advice of my friends Mike and Leslie to do a Madison County Trail. And what I really want to do, and I'm hoping I can do it today, is take a hike on that trail. And it's a biking trail and everything like that, but I just wanted to show you what was here right at the beginning, and go across the Chain of Rocks Bridge. For some reason I got a fascination with wanting to go across the Chain of Rocks Bridge. So while I was eating my lunch, I just kind of looked it up and saw this place and thought it'd be a great place to start. And I'm going to give it a try and see how many miles I can get in today. This is where you join the trail if you're coming from the museum, and this is all part of the Madison County Trailhead, or Madison County Transit Trails system. You can see they got trails all throughout over here. Obviously, right there is where I am. Now, just to give you your bearings a little bit, this road that runs right along here is to the parking lot. I'm probably about 300-400 feet from the parking lot. And it looks like this trail, or bike path, whatever you want to call it, runs that way along Route 3. Behind me, this is all Route 3, and we are north and east of St. Louis. This trail that we're going to come on today is going to run us along the Mississippi River. And that's where the bridge is we're going to cross over, which is really cool. And it looked like it's going to be about 3 miles away. So it's not as far as I thought, because I do want to try to get some mileage today. But let me run you up over here. There is a tower over there that I'm not sure what it's all about. But why this is, that museum's here, and the significance of Lewis and Clark is this is where they started their journey into the Louisiana Purchase, and they're going to cross the river into what is now Missouri. So I'm getting a little bit of a history lesson while I'm out here as well. This is a half mile from where I joined the trail, right up that way, so not too far in. And you can see I'm on the back side of the museum. My car is parked right over there. But not knowing it and never having been here, I didn't realize they had these original buildings. If I have some time after I'm done with this walk, I know I should probably prioritize it, but I'm going to come back here and see a little bit more about what this is all about, because this is really pretty cool. Now, directly behind me, from the way I was facing towards the museum, you'll see there's this slight slope or hill here, and there's a white car up there coming down. As I was saying, this is the levee, and it's directly behind me, and there's a levee road at the top of it. And this is obviously to protect the land over where the museum and everything is from flooding. But I imagine if I get on the other side of this, and I don't know if that's where it's going on the trail, we'll see a big floodplain as well. I mean, Mississippi River is a pretty major river, stating the obvious. We're a mile and a half into it, it's not very far, and I've come up to the sign here that says we're on the East Levee Trail. But what is really cool about this is now, if you look down that way, there's the levee road. So we're at the top of the levee here, and right over there, I want to say it's the Mississippi River, but I'll have to check it out and make sure that I'm right, or accurate. On the far side of where all those rocks are, that's actually the river. This is a little canal that shoots off to the side. It looks like I get to walk along that for a little bit, and then this is all floodplain over here. This is just another view of the canal, and then looking up the river towards Alton, Illinois. Wow, that looks a lot more impressive and massive up that way, doesn't it? And then if we look down here, you can see that bridge in the distance. It's hard to see cars on it right now, obviously because it's so small or whatever, but that is Interstate 270. And if you look at a map of St. Louis and see Interstate 270, it wraps around St. Louis, and this is the north side. So this is on the north side of 270. I came from 270 and Tesson Ferry, which is on the south side, and a couple of miles right from there, 270 actually turns into 255, and then eventually catches up with Interstate 55 on the Illinois side of the river. So if I haven't said that yet, that's where I am right now, is on the Illinois side of the river. But you can look and you can kind of get an idea of where I am when you see Interstate 270 right in front. And it looks like I'm going to walk underneath it, and the Chain of Rocks Bridge will be right beyond that. We are 3 miles in, right about an hour, and you can see Interstate 270 that I talked about earlier. Excuse me, is right there in front of me. That was kind of like the top of a mountain. You could see it out in the distance, but it never felt like you were getting any closer. But we're there, and I think that is a railroad bridge right beyond it. And we're another half mile from the Chain of Rocks Bridge, which I am getting excited to cross here. All right, we are an hour and a half into this little hike here, and sitting right at 5 miles. So I'm still right along this canal, and it looks like I got a barge coming up behind me. I didn't even notice that earlier. And there's still no sign of the Chain of Rocks Bridge. There was a sign for it about a mile back, but it was taking me away from the river and putting me out on a street, and I didn't want to do that, so I thought I'd just stay here, thinking that it's got to cross the river somewhere, so I'll eventually come to it, even if I'm not able to get on it. But I'm only going to go another mile, maybe 2, and then I need to turn around and head back. It is Sunday night. I need to get ready for the week coming up. But I don't know if you can see way up there. There's the outline of St. Louis up there. So we're getting towards civilization. Otherwise, it's fairly quiet. There's a lot of people, it looks like, live right across this little outshooting from the canal. And small homes, but pretty and well-kept homes over there. Interesting. Okay, guys, I stopped and figured it out. So the reason that was taking me, the sign for Chain of Rocks Bridge was taking me away from the river, is I have to cross that bridge you see up ahead with the trestle going over it, and the Chain of Rocks Bridge is over there, over on the other side of the island. So I've got to go across, I think it's Gabbard Island, and get over there, and I'll be able to get over it. Luckily, I figured it out soon enough and didn't walk all the way into downtown St. Louis. And we're going to give that a try, and hopefully that'll only be a couple miles, and I won't get much more than 7 going this direction. So it'll just be about 6 miles going back, which that'll be a good little hike for a Sunday afternoon. So more to come. So there's another barge coming in. I'll show you in just a second behind this one. And when I looked at my map on my phone, I saw at the very end of this is the locks and dams. So this must be kind of the staging area where they line up for it or something. You know, I act like I know something about boating on the Mississippi, which I don't. But when I see another one coming down and the water being all smooth right here, I'm assuming they're heading down to where the river level will change, and they use the locks and dams to keep them moving all the way down to New Orleans and beyond. And here comes barge number 2, coming in nice and slow. First one is still up there and behind me, so I guess they're getting lined up for a traffic jam or something. So we're coming up to it now. This is the bridge that I need to go across to get me to the Chain of Rocks bridge. So it picks up somewhere in those trees, and that's why I was hesitant to take it that way. But must be a path or something there. We're gonna go find out. Okay, you can see the sign is clear and blatant. I want you to go right down there, take that road up, and then it curves off over there, and I guess somewhere you pick up and go across this bridge here. Now, obviously, you see I'm not over there, and we haven't sent you any video from the Chain of Rocks bridge, and that's because when I was looking at it, I didn't see any place for pedestrians. So what I'm going to do is just finish off my little hike here back to the Lewis and Clark Center, and then hop in my car and make sure it's safe to do it before I get up there. So little bit of a chicken out, but also maybe a little bit of precaution. Make sure I stay safe, and we'll check it out. And if you can walk across it, I'll for sure come back out to this trail again. I kind of like walking by the, you know, the canal off the river, and then I know going across that bridge, which I'll get some video there once I drive up, is going to be pretty cool. So more to come here. Okay, I wanted to get one shot here. I'm headed back to the museum, which is over that way. And am I there? Over that way. But look at this. This is the tip of the island right here. This is where you come off to come into the canal and get ready for the locks and dams. But up there, that's the river in all its glory. Nice and wide, good and strong. Really pretty. And somewhere not too far up there is where the Mississippi and Missouri come together, and there's a little trail. It's not even very long, it's only a mile you can take to get right to the point where it comes together, and I need to find that and get that on film and shared. So look at that, look for that sometime this summer, because that's not too far from where I live, and there's some pretty cool things I'm finding in my own backyard. So we'll wrap up this hike probably the next half hour, and then we'll find out how I can get to that bridge. I'll walk across the bridge and film that for you, and then that'll be it for this Sunday. It's been a good day. All right, there we go. A little over 10.5 miles and 3.5 hours. Next stop is the Chain of Rocks Bridge. I made it. Here I am at the Chain of Rocks Bridge on the Illinois side. According to this, it's like the Madison, Illinois, or I'm in Madison, Illinois. This is a historic bridge because it used to be part of the famous Route 66. And it is one of the only bridges that has a 30-degree kink, I think about 3/4 of the way through on the Missouri side. So I'll show you that once we get there. You can tell it's an old-time bridge because look how narrow it is. Kind of crazy. Let's look over the side. I'm not sure you can see anything yet, but eventually it will cross the Mississippi River. Yeah, so it's just forest down there. Over here you might be able to see a little bit of water right now, There'll be more in a few minutes. Here we go. This is looking north. That's Interstate 270 right there on the north side of St. Louis. And I'm on the other side of that island from where I was walking when I was showing you the tugboats that were in there. They're actually over on the far side of this island over here, the first bridge I came across. And just to answer the question, yes, there was a walking trail there, but it's a little bit longer than I thought. I'll probably have to build up some endurance to get those done as well as this. And this is looking towards the city of St. Louis. It's down that way. Not sure what those guys are working on over there. And then these little houses. I'll get another picture of those later on too that are out there. And I forgot what they were for. I'd read about them before, but I just can't remember what they're up to. But this is a pretty doggone long bridge. I'm going to get to the other side and I'll set myself for a walk and we'll see how long it is. Closer look at one of those homes, or buildings I should say, not home. Although I imagine at one time someone did live in there. Maybe the signs up there will tell me what it's all about, what it is all about. Boy, I don't have any words today. Just some scenes from the Mississippi River. Looking south, St. Louis is right over there. Can't see the arch today, it's a little bit hazy. Right here is that 30-degree bend. I don't know if you can see that in the video, where this would be going straight like a normal bridge, and all of a sudden you're twisted this way, and looks like we're about in the middle. So now I'm on the Missouri side of the river, and right down there is the end of it, and then we'll clock it and see how long this bridge is. There's a nice parking lot, and it's kind of pretty over here on the on the Missouri side. And there is a greenway over here, and you can take a trail that cuts off right up over there all the way down to the arch, and even further down by where I live. So they're trying. The Rails to Trails thing is really trying. And guys, I lied to you. I was pointing the wrong direction. There is downtown St. Louis, and you can see the arch right above my finger.